My name is Ta'ana, and I live at we live the Red Hill.
Hi, Mr. Shelton. I'm
This
Gloria.
is Miss Gloria. This is one of
This
yes.
is my co-worker, Deborah.
All right, this is your floor. Did they tell you what your room number was?
Yeah, 311.
311? Okay. We're going to take it this way. This is the exit.
Okay.
And then you have a fire exit always down in the hall. When there's a fire alarm, you go to your nearest exit to come down.
And there is a relationship between violence and family homelessness because family homelessness is the largest growing segment of the homeless population. At any given night right now, there's 1.35 million children homeless in the United States. So we take this time, we take about the 9 months to a year, and we try to really change. They come into a changed culture, a culture that doesn't tolerate any violence. They have to learn about trust. They have to learn how to feel safe and what safety really means.
This is your room?
Yes.
Okay, and this is where you reside with your daughter until they find something permanent housing and everything.
Hey,
Thank you again.
Thank you.
All right.
I think the biggest area is kind of this idea, instead of looking at people like, what's the matter? What's the matter with you? It's now looking like, oh my, what's happened to you that's gotten you to this place? So it's a very different approach that I have with the families that we work with here, and the way that we teach our staff to work with our clients. It's very different when you're looking at someone who's been the victim of different kinds of trauma in their lives and the needs that they have for support in helping us to understand what's actually going on with them. So I think that's the biggest change I think I've had in the time that I've worked here at the shelter. So the referral is made, families then come to us, and we kind of greet them and welcome them to the facility, and then right away we start providing some supportive services and getting folks on the right track. I think the one thing that hasn't changed over time is that the Red Shield has heart. We've been through different directors, we've been through emergencies, we've had a fire, we've had births, we've had deaths, we've had all kinds of changes here, but it's always had heart. And when I hear back from women that lived here 15 or 14 years ago, they always remember it as a really loving home and can still maintain some of those connections with us.
I think the Salvation Army is one of those organizations that has a broad-reaching effect on this community. It is a safety net, if you will, for those folks who have fallen through the net of social services. The government simply cannot do it alone, and so it relies on organizations like the Salvation Army that is dedicated in its mission and understands the needs of its communities.
Hi, my name is Gloria, and I work at the Salvation Army Red Shield. Is it possible I can speak? The front desk is entirely different from any other room in this facility because it's the heart of the shelter. We see them coming in. Our faces is the first one they see. Their faces is the first one we see. We see the fear. We see the anger. We see the disappointment. It takes a mighty brave person to leave everything behind and start new. And we understand that. Me, myself, it's like I've been on both sides. I've lived in a shelter at one point in my life, and I can relate, and I believe this is my way of giving back. The Red Shield for me it's a blessing. It's truly a blessing. And the residents that I see come through the door, it's like they get from us, but we also get things from them.
There. Let me dry it off for you.
I'm really learning right now attachment, and just the attachment that a child has with their parent. A lot of the issues that we're experiencing in society, if children are able to build good attachment with their parents. They're able to have a healthy life while growing up. I see a lot of the times when working here, the young toddlers, if they're able to have that good connection with mom or with dad, as they grow up, they're able to have a healthy relationship that they're building, you know, as they're making friends in life and as they're making good, healthy decisions about their life.
Okay, quiet on the set.
This is the survivor's Afghan, and this Afghan started as a want to see the community come together. It's a contribution of everybody who is or was here, and what it's intended to say is that, you know, we found a bright spot in our struggle and being homeless in our travels through the Red Shield. It'll go from shelter to shelter, and just as a way to encourage these people that you don't have to, you know, feel your inadequacies yourself. Someone understands exactly what you're going through, and hopefully at the end of his travels, it'll be given to someone who's been out of the shelter system for at least 1 year. When I came here, there was a crochet group ran by an intern, and I decided to be a part because I was having a really hard time at first being here. And so becoming a part kind of just opened the door. And you see more things you can do once you start to do the art.
I've been in this house for almost a year, come November the 12th of this year. And it's been a blessing and just life-changing. I gained back my strength, my endurance, my finesse. I'm just a whole person again, being in my own home. It's just a blessing being here. And if it wasn't for the stableness of the shelter, the Salvation Army, this wouldn't happen for me. Well, you know, we prayed ourselves into the Salvation Army. A lady at OSHA told us that there's a better shelter, one of the best, which was the Salvation Army. Once I left the shelter, I was depressed for at least 4 weeks of not being around, you know, the company of the women, the residents, and also the staff, the safety of the staff, because the staff symbolized safety. And I started going back to the shelter, and they would let me in, and we would have prayer, Bible study, and sing songs. And then when I came home, I felt great, and I could face a whole day or a couple of days. It's just really great being back in school. I think I can accomplish anything now. That I finally can get my GED at the age of 50 because I got married at 17 and I had a baby at 18, and it's just, now it's my time. I remember all that I learned throughout school when I was in school. I remembered everything by going back to get my GED. My teachers are bugging me. They're saying, you need to go take that test. You're too good. You don't belong here. And maybe I might even move into a better house with better income. That's my dreams. The Salvation Army is truly someplace that you can receive salvation. The family there, the people there, the residents, they all became our family. The staff was always for us 100%. They provided trips for the kids. I never experienced anything like that in my life, nowhere. But that was a life-changing experience for me. And now I have hope for mankind.
I'm grateful, you know, to have a place where me and my daughter had went when we didn't have no place. And a lot of days I thank my God for having places like this, because without these places, it'd be a whole lot of lost souls.
I thank you all, the shelter, and thank you.
I just want to say thank you for everything the Red Shield has given us and provided us.
My sight on this is really short, but it may be one of the best shelters in the Pennsylvania area in the fact that you have freedom to do exactly what you need to do.
Even though it's not good to be homeless, but since I've been here, I've been a whole lot happier.
I literally beg for people to just be a part of this so the doors can stay open, because there's so many more people out there that needs to come in.
To each his own. I choose to love you, so don't take yours away. Love makes us some crazy thing, but I'll give